All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host from Vays. Totally forgot to select a visual background. And now that the financial summit has ended, we are switching to the unconfiscatable background. Oh, let me sure I have my green screen set. And I do. All right. How's my audio? I still haven't figured out the microphone situation. We are using the webcam's microphone. Hopefully it looks good. And my Zoom is having issues showing me that we are live. So I need confirmation that we are live. My Zoom used to do it, but not anymore. We are live. I see thumbs up. Okay. Yeah, my Zoom is giving me a message. Unable to live stream to current service. Right. Guys, I really don't deserve to be on YouTube anymore. Like, it's asking me to update my streaming URL and my stream key. But I'm live, so I don't know. I hope I'm live in high def too. I have no idea. All right. Oh well. Okay, let's go to the charts. Finally back in the United States after being in Dubai for the last 3 weeks. Screen share. Here we go. Let me check one more thing actually. I want to see if I'm live on the link that I tweeted out. Or am I live under a different link? My screen share working? I don't want to check if my screen share is working. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's working. Okay, cool. And again, I want to make sure that I'm in high def. My Twitter defaults to like 140 or something. 144. 180. Okay, cool. All right, here's the long-term chart. Based on my long-term chart, we are a little bit higher than I had anticipated. I do think we're gonna kind of stumble into the halving at this point. Look, it's nice. I'm very happy that Bitcoin keeps rising, but we did take the slower path towards, the bull market, and hence, I am expecting us to kind of slow down a bit. The CMF is still squarely in the red, so the real bull run has not really started yet. So keep that in mind, that the real bull run has not fully started yet. Take a deep dive into 2013 to 2016. Not today, maybe another time. Weekly chart. Weekly chart, we hit an MRI top last week. I think this top is somewhat significant. I am looking for a bit of a pullback. As you guys know, I was looking for a pullback off the crazy candle we had the week of October 23. But having a pullback off the MRI top candle is also very, very possible. And if we do pull back, pulling back over to the moving averages would be nice. You can see how all three moving averages on the weekly scale are set up perfectly with the short term above the intermediate term, the short term is above the long term, which is above the intermediate term, which is why the intermediate term is very, very likely to cross, creating a very nice golden cross. And if the price pulls back into that golden cross, it will create one of the best buying opportunity of buying the dip in Bitcoin as the bull market rages on. What about the allocation chart? Well, I'm staying patient with the allocation chart. And I'm still waiting for that elusive pullback. I don't like to chase markets. I will wait for that pullback. I am taking the more conservative position. my pretty much worst case scenario pullback is down in a $31,000 range. And I do think Bitcoin is very, very likely to pull back towards that $31,000 range. I'm going to stay with that 50% bullish allocation for now. The MRI top is coming on a 4-day chart, even though I don't really care. It is set up for with all the proper moving averages. But once again, because of the travels that I had to do and the conference I was running and the whole thing kicking off on false news made me a lot more conservative than simply TA. I didn't like the fact that everything got started off of fake news, even though I stated that the fake news is likely to keep us in the bull scenario. But at this point, I'm just waiting for a pullback. So let's see how that goes. I've been waiting for a pullback for about a month. In the last month, the price of Bitcoin has not gone up much. We had that final push, maybe not a month, but we had that last push on the MRI top. But again, I'm not going to chase Bitcoin on a weekly MRI top candle. So since around October 23, we hit that $35,500 area. Worst case scenario, I will be able to pick up Bitcoin under 35.5. That I'm not too concerned about. I do the chances that Bitcoin does not fall below 35.5 is actually incredibly low. I say there's like an 80-90% chance Bitcoin goes below $35,000. It's possible that it never does, but I give it like an 80-90% chance we're going to go below 35,000. So that would allow me to pick up Bitcoin lower. I'm not going to get out of my position here either. This 50% bullish allocation hopefully is here to stay for the next, year and a half or so. So I'm just going to hang out and wait. Do you still think the ETF will not be approved as long as Gary is in office? That is correct. As long as Gary Gensler is in office, I do not believe the ETF will be approved. Gary Gensler can prove me wrong, but until Gary Gensler goes to the podium and says we have approved the Bitcoin ETF, it will launch in, say, 60 days or whatever. I believe he will not approve the Bitcoin ETF. He will come up with another excuse that I was going to approve it. I was ready to sign the paper, and the dog ran into my office, and the dog ate the piece of paper that I was supposed to sign, and therefore it'll take us another year to write that paper again. We have no funding. We have no printers. We printed the last piece of paper. The government is broke. We do not have another printer. We're waiting for the funding on that printer, and the printer should be here in about 11 months, and we will then be able to print out a new sheet of paper, and hopefully another dog will not run in to my office for me to sign that piece of paper. I don't care what he has to do or what he's going to do, but I do not believe Gary Gensler is going to approve a Bitcoin ETF. All right, the Financial Summit was an absolutely incredible event. We mostly posted to Instagram. There were posts to Twitter as well. We're going to post a lot more pictures, a lot more videos from the Financial Summit. It was freaking amazing. And this is our plan. My plan is to be back with another Financial Summit, but not until spring 2025. I really want to have a little break. I need to relax, need to start working out again, need to start focusing on my health. It's been a very stressful year. 2023 was as stressful as 2022, piling on top of, the COVID lockdowns. And so the Financial Summit will be back in the spring of 2025 and the Maldives. I've never been to the Maldives. I've always wanted to go to the Maldives. It looks super cool. And what better way to be in the Maldives than with another group of 30 to 40 incredible traders? So that is the plan. Oh, let me not go to my DMs. That was But don't worry, my DMs are always professional. You're not gonna find any nudes. Good luck with that. Everything I do and everything I type, I'm under full awareness that anything I type is gonna end up on social media. So this is not everyone. It was so difficult to get everyone into the conference room at the same time, but we had an absolutely awesome event in the UAE. Can't wait to have another one. So much, man, so many scams. I don't have an opinion on Tether. I will not be riding the shitcoin wave because I just don't care about shitcoins. You can ask me about penny stocks, I'll have the same answer. Yeah, so you can see some of our, we did an ice bath. That was fun. So we do an ice bath at every financial summit. Well, the last two financial summits we did. Let's see how easy it is to get ice in the Maldives. This sucker was cold. It was cold in that pool. The water temperature was about 6 degrees Celsius. 6 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so we stayed there for 10 minutes. Well, some of us stayed there for 10 minutes. Anyway, follow us on social media. You'll see all the pictures from the financial summit. It was absolutely awesome. And now it's time for Unconfiscatable, only 3 weeks away. How do I feel about penny stocks? The same exact way I feel about shitcoins. Only they're a lot more legit. There's a lot more penny stocks with legitimate ideas than in shitcoin land. Like a lot of penny stocks actually have intellectual property, like real intellectual property. In shitcoin land, there just isn't. Unconfiscatable, only 3 weeks away. Join us, guys. All right, let's get back to the charts. Daily chart is on an MRI top, though in order to get the MRI top, we will need tomorrow's candle to trade above 37,300. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think tomorrow's candle is going to trade above 37,300. It's possible, but I don't think so. It looks like we are going to get stuck. I would love to see the orange candle, the orange arrow, stick around. In order for the orange candle to stick around, the current candle needs to stay above 36,700, and we're on the verge of losing the orange arrow. So I would like to see the orange arrow stick around, at least get to the MRI warning candle. This was the weekly MRI top. I did say in real time at the financial summit, so Thursday the 9th was in the middle of our financial summit. It was the last day. And I did say that I'm expecting this 38,000 to be a top. And so far, 4 days later, it's been a top. And I'm expecting it to stay a top for at least a few more days. I am looking for a pullback. We have an MRI support line sitting at 32,000. And coming back to that area is very, very reasonable. In fact, I would love to see Bitcoin come down to 32,000, 33,000. When things go up perpetually, it's not good. Short-term chart, 4-hour chart. Anything interesting here? Not really. Not really. What about GBTC? Someone asked what happens to GBTC if GBTC becomes a spot ETF. Well, what happens is the 600,000 Bitcoin may actually start hitting the open market, putting selling pressure on top of Bitcoin. What also means that the GBTC discount will get to zero and kind of stay there perpetually. It will now be balanced. So those that held on to their GBTC or bought into GBTC at any point last year have really done well and appreciated their Bitcoin price. I still hold a bunch of GBTC. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't think it's a giant scam. I just don't like how it's structured. And I am expecting us to, get in between 5% and zero, making it decent. I would love to see it go above 5% to make up for the years that it's been below par. So going up to 10% would kind of make up for that. So let's see if we can get 10% above zero on GBTC. This thing was down to like $8 or something, and now it's at $30. It's down to $7. It's down to $8, and now it's $30. So that's good. That's good. That's a 4x move off the low. That's pretty good. Natural gas. I'm expecting natural gas to rise. I'm surprised that the energy sector has not skyrocketed with the situation over there between Israel and Gaza, which is a really bad situation, and it's getting worse. It is getting so much worse. Do I think any more exchanges will collapse? Probably not. Binance seems to be hanging in there. I think the price of Bitcoin would need to crash for more exchanges to collapse. Let's look at oil. Let's see what's going on in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Do I think 35K is a good take profit if you bought at 27? No, 38K was. 38K was the perfect take profit. 35, not so much, because we would have already pulled back from 38. And I think 32 is reasonable. So now you've already pulled back more than half. I mean, we're still at 37, right? Like right now is a good take profit, but don't wait till 35. Either take profit now or just hold on to it, in my view. I would just hold on to it. I mean, I'm not taking profit from my position. I'm dying to get back in more, so that doesn't make sense. I don't think we're going to see 40, 41 before heading towards 31. I think we're heading towards 31 now. Once again, I could be wrong. What's my latest piece of data here? 1027's latest piece of data. And what do we have on here? 1027. Oh, I don't have another piece of data yet. When's the next one? Release date on the 1st. Next release date on the 15th. Why? Why are they waiting 2 weeks to release the data? That's strange, don't you think? They're supposed to release data every week. Why are they releasing it on the 15th? Oh, that's weird. What's going on here? We should have data. We should have data for the first of the. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. This is supposed to be 1 week apart, but it's 2 weeks apart. So I don't know what games they're playing again. Weird. I don't know what to tell you. I haven't dug into the budget. I haven't had time to dive deep into the budget. The 2023 fiscal year, I put in how much money they spent and what the deficit was. I put this number in, but I haven't investigated all the departments yet. No, I think it'll hit 300,000 this bull market. I think it can, but I think the probability of 300,000 in the bull market is actually low. I give it like a 20% chance. I do think we're going to break 100,000 in the bull market. This is gold. I like the pullback in gold. I would like to see a similar one in Bitcoin. S&P, I am bullish on the S&P. Let's see how this morning is open. Today is Monday, right? I don't even know what day of the week it is. It is Monday. It's a brand new week. We are starting off decently. Let's see that 10 a.m. reversal. Let's go to a 5-minute chart. We're at 10 a.m. Eastern exactly right now. And there it is. There is the 10 a.m. reversal. How about that? How about that? There it is. Here's the opening candle. Here's the opening 5-minute candle. Head fakes you to the upside, then crashes. This is why no one should ever trade the opening candle. The most money I've ever lost in any style of trading was trading the opening 5-10 minutes. Never trade this. Like, you don't know what to do. It can go straight up, it can go straight down, or it can open up, and then it can slam you down. But the low right here, let's go to a 1-minute chart. The low right here at 9:56 a.m. This low is likely going to stick around for a while. That's a 10 a.m. reversal. That's close. Ideally, I like seeing it a few minutes after 10 a.m. than before 10 a.m. But 4 minutes before 10 a.m. is perfectly normal. Now I just need one more thing. I needed to break the prior swing high right there. It's a 1-minute chart. And my stop loss would be right below the low. That would be my stop loss. My stop losses are usually blue when I draw these things. My breakout was a breakout, right? I'll keep it with purple. Not a great 1-minute candle, but now we are at exactly 10 a.m. So let's see what happens. Well, I want to see is the break of the purple, and I would feel very comfortable with the bullish trade until we break that purple line. A stop loss can be hit. Now, this is, of course, the futures market. This candle is literally like 40 cents, 50 cents. That's a very tight stop loss. Bullish trade would have taken place right here. This is how I used to day trade. I hate day trading, by the way. I eventually stopped day trading. But when I was day trading, I came up with my own strategy on day trading. I was trading the S&P futures mostly, sometimes gold, sometimes oil. But this was one of my trading strategies. Worked out really well. Definitely made more money in a week than I've lost when I was doing this. I mean, there were days where you lose money, but you make up for it on days that you win money. By the end of the week, I was almost always in the green. So the difference between these is less than 3 points. So that's my risk. My risk is just 3 points on the S&P. What does that mean in dollar terms? Well, it would be a $300 risk. I would trade at least 2 S&P future contracts. ES the ES, E-mini futures, most liquid asset in the world. My stop loss would be these 3 points, which correspond to $300 in dollar terms. If I did 4 contracts, it would be $600. And the moment we break the purple line is $3 in the opposite direction. Right there. So once I'm profiting more than what I was risking, I would take the stop loss and I would set it to break even or just above break even to cover my commissions, which means that today it's impossible for me to lose money. Again, most liquid contract, it would get me out exactly where I want to get out. You can see that we're rallying right now. Once we get above this purple line, I now set a break even stop loss. And if we go a little bit further, right there, I would take some profit. So once we reach, say, 5 points, I would take profit on half of my position, and then I would move my stop loss even higher. And that's it. Like one trade, I made $500-600 in a day. Minimum, it depends if I trade. It depends how confident I am in the trade. Sometimes I trade, my minimum was 2 contracts. Sometimes I trade 4 contracts. Very rarely I trade 6, but usually it was 2 or 4. And right now I would just be sitting here praying we'd get to 5. I don't like taking a break-even stop loss. Sometimes I would take my profit immediately at this area right here, right at that top, because that was the double top. I'm also not sure if I would have set that stop loss to above break even because we're literally at a double top. Like it's not clear if we broke it or not. So it's 50-50. I mean, if we go up right now to say 4,400 flat, it makes my life entirely easy because right now it's debatable whether I would have taken a profit, and it's debatable whether I would have raised my stop loss to break even or left everything as is. It would have depended on how I feel because we're literally like can go either way here. If we had clearly broken it, it would have been very simple. I would have taken profit and set in a break-even stop loss. But right now it's 50-50 shot whether I would have just been sitting in the same trade or made those changes. It's also possible I would have done. I would not have moved my stop loss up if I did not take profit, but I might have raised the stop loss to break even without taking profit. But if I had taken profit, there's no way I would have left my stop loss all the way down there. So had I taken profit, 100% I'm raising the stop loss to break even. But if you flip the situation, had I raised the stop loss to break even, it is still 50-50 whether I would have taken profit or left my position in full. Again, I'm always more risk averse, risk conservative. I probably would have raised my stop loss to just above break even to cover my commissions, but have not yet taken any profit. I would have waited till we clearly broke out, maybe even all the way to say 6 points above my entry, so that I double my potential loss by selling half of my position. And here we go. There it goes. Once we reach 6 points above my entry, assume I'm taking half profit. Right there. 6 points. I'm very bullish on the S&P right now. That's 6 points. That's my entry. That's my exit on half of my position. What happens to the other half? Well, the other half, I'm raising the stop loss to above the prior swing low, and I'll sit on that position all the way until late afternoon. I don't care at that point. Right. Also, nothing wrong with taking half of that profit when I originally set it like 5 points, which means I would have already done it right there. That's exactly 5 points. Again, like these candles are right on the dots. A lot of this stuff is going to come close to within a penny. It's kind of how it happens. I do need to run though. Like this was not the plan to like go through a day trade in the S&P 500 futures. Let me just go through the rest of the markets. We'll come back to this. Somebody asked me to look at something. Any thoughts on a Bitcoin miner at this point in the cycle? WGMI. Oh, Tilray. Man, Tilray could set up for a beautiful buying opportunity, right? Yeah, weekly MRI buy coming up next week on Tilray. And there's something to do with the monthly, right? No, nothing with the monthly. There was a monthly back there. WGMI, man, the mining stocks, there's just so much competition there now. This is not a bullish looking chart. Or about Bitfarms. Bitfarms is a little more bullish. It's at support, but yeah, it's a dollar stock right there. Here was another stock somebody asked for. I already forgot. How many people we got watching? We got 300 watching. That's not bad. Hut 8. I have a bunch of miners here. I think Bernoulli gave me this list, mining stocks. Hut 8 should be on it. Oh, I didn't mean to change that. Shit. How do I go back? Damn it. Will it take me back? Yes. They all look the same. Oh, beautiful MRI top on hot 8. That's when you should get out. You know? Weekly MRI top, weekly MRI buy. This candle would have knocked me out of the bullish trade though. So I would not be currently long hot 8. But if it broke out above the swing high, that's a bullish trade. Yeah, they're all performing terribly. They're all like eating each other. There used to be consolidation in the mining space. Half of these companies need to kind of go bust or something. After the halving, you're going to see massive consolidation. How's CleanSpark doing? CleanSpark is a sponsor, by the way, of Unconfiscatable. Shout out to CleanSpark. WGMI. Well, I don't have that on my list. Oh, yes, I do right there. WGMI. No, that's not it. That's MIGI. Do I have WGMI? I don't. Is that a Bitcoin mining stock? I know we just looked at it. Oh, it's Valkyrie. That's Valkyrie. It's Valkyrie Miners ETF. Oh, I should add that to this list. Shout out to Leah Wald, CEO of Valkyrie. Pretty much started her Bitcoin career on this channel, which is cool. Now CEO of Valkyrie. Beautiful MRI buy right here. Man. Yeah, if you don't want to pick your miners, go for the mining ETF. Oh man, so that sucks. See, this candle pierced it. So this means I would have hit my stop loss. But it's still debatable whether I would have already taken some profit or not. The answer is I don't know. It depends how I felt that day. I'd consider going back in. We're still in that 10 a.m. area. I would not have like removed my stop loss. That's for damn sure. But maybe I would take the breakout trade. I would go long one more time at the break of the swing high. Maybe I'd try one more time. The break of this line, I'd go long again. Maybe. But it's also possible I would have taken half of my profit at like $5, 5 points above my entry. Either way, that was my style of trading. Now, for those that would have left their stop loss at initial entry, you're still in the trade fully. I would not have done that, but it's possible for others. I'm going to put this back to the daily chart. I think today could be a green candle on S&P. And Bitcoin will still struggle a bit because of its MRI top. All right, guys, I pretty much need to get going. When is the next Fed statement? Oh, wait, there's one more thing I'm going to do before we get going. I'm finally back in the US. And therefore, guess what I have? I have a pack of cards I can open. 85% shot the Fed is not going to raise rates. It's kind of, I don't know. I think that's a little high. I think it's more 50-50. It's not till December 13th, so we got a month. We're a month away, but I think the Fed can raise the rate. Geopolitics, not today, but man, I just spent some time in the Middle East, and the beauty about Dubai, I'm already opening this pack. The beauty about Dubai is lots of Muslims, fair amount of Jews there as well, and everyone behaves and everyone is nice to each other, which is the beauty of Dubai. But man, are the tensions bad all around the world? It is very unfortunate what is happening here. I'll talk about it in the future video. Guys, don't forget, unconfiscatable. It's only 3 weeks away. I'm gonna review the speaker list. We're gonna make a speaker agenda. This is my work didn't stop. I got like 24 hours of rest while I was flying from Dubai to America, and now it's time to get back to work on unconfiscatable. Let me stop the screen share. And let's go through these cards. All right, let's go through these cards. I'm still hoping for a really nice card, and I'm going to get going. This is Bad for the Environment card. That's a new card. That's a new card for Series 2. Don't recall ever seeing that card. I'm looking at the screen so I see what it is. Why am I upside down? Hold on. Am I upside down? I'm not sure. The volcano card. This is the Bitcoin mining card. Yep. El Salvador. Needs to go back to El Salvador. So the next card is the special card. Oh, I still haven't gotten to 1 of 100 card. That's unfortunate. This is the currency card. And the rare card I got is, oh, I haven't seen this one before. I have not seen this before. Government Can't Stop Bitcoin. That's a new one. Government Can't Stop Bitcoin. That's a rare card that I have not had before. I'm going to protect that one. And we can go through the rest of them. It's a card. This was a rare card in Series 1, the Bitcoin Maximalist card. This is another currency card. Creature from Jackal Island is also a Series 1 card. This is a new one. Bitcoin War Bonds card. I haven't seen this card in Series 1. And Mother Satoshi. This will, oh, there's two. Mother Satoshi and Taxation is Theft. Taxation is Theft we've seen before. Mother Satoshi is a brand new card for Series 2. All right. Guys, I need to run. Another video tomorrow for sure. And see you all on the next one.